Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Trey and Josh. I am your host, Josh Lewis. Today we will be exploring events regarding Europe's colonization of Africa. While we are learning today, make sure you keep an eye and ear out for important vocabulary terms. We'll make sure you know them. First off, let's talk about the scramble for the colonies in Africa. Take it away, Don Bubble.
No.
Well, okay then, meanie. To begin, all the European countries held a conference in 1884 at Berlin, Germany. There, France, Germany, Britain, Belgium, and many more debated over which parts of Africa they got. Off the bat, Belgium claimed the Congo Free State with open trade. During the meeting, an important agreement occurred stating that there must be a government ruling over the wanted land before any country claims it. After the conference, the race to colonize Africa began. Many European countries established officials to govern over the local rulers. Within a time span of 20 years, almost all of Africa was colonized, causing all borders to be re-established without any concern to traditional patterns or ethnic boundaries. To find out who took what, let's look at the Don Bubble.
To begin our journey, we will start in the Congo claimed by Belgium. The workings of Belgium's king, King Leopold II, is the reason for Europe's scramble for Africa. Belgium created trade deals with those living along the Congo, which only paved the future path of horror. Leopold had visions of exploiting the Congo's riches through force. The Belgian overseers were treating the Congo's citizens with extreme aggravation while working them to the bone. Those working for Belgium had long hours and were paid next to nothing for the work. Many were brutalized, causing an international outrage.
It's time to stop!
Even though Leopold's reign ended, the colony still remained under Belgian rule with the penalty of having its mines' riches be exported only to Europe. For France, they claimed a large chunk of Africa at the start. However, this didn't vanquish their hunger. France later fought and won Algeria and northern Africa, costing them thousands of lives along with a bloodshed of Algerians. France once again claimed more land alongside the Mediterranean into Tunisia in the late 1800s, with some colonies in both West and Central Africa. Britain's colonies were scattered throughout Africa, later taking more portions of the East and West. Britain also invaded Egypt up north and Sudan down south. While taking over parts of southern Africa, a war broke out between Britain and the Boers. This war is known as the Boer War, which started in 1899. The conflict occurred with the discovery of gold and diamonds within the Boers' territory after migrating north. The British won the Boer War in 1902, later uniting the Cape Colony with the newly claimed Boer territory. A new constitution was created for the colony, causing tons of racial segregation, which remained till 1993. France, Belgium, and Britain weren't the only countries with claims. The Portuguese claimed large colonies in both Angola and Mozambique. Italy claimed Liberia and the Horn of Africa located at the southern end of the Red Sea. Finally, Germany got colonies in the eastern and southwestern portions of Africa, along with the Cameroons and the Togo.
Thanks, Don Bubble. Now, things weren't going to be so simple. Many wars broke out across Africa to resist the Europeans' plans. Let's first begin with the Algerians, led by Samori Toure, who fought against the French for several years. The British dealt with the Zulus in the south and the Asante in the west. When the Asante failed against the British, their king was exiled, allowing for Ya Asantewa to become the new ruler, leading the Asante through their final war with the British. Down in Zimbabwe, Nahanda, a military leader from the Shonas, became a giant inspiration for future fighters after executing several clever tactics. Germany had many fights of their own against the Yao and Herero. Germany also had to fight against a giant rebellion known as the Maji Maji Rebellion.
No, don't.
Which occurred in 1905. Germany claimed victory after burning the majority of the colony's farmlands, causing starvation to eliminate the remaining revolters. What's that sound? Is that the game sound? Ah, it's the game sound! Let's play a game!
Which of the following countries brutalized their colony for profit? You have 5 seconds to decide. Did anyone guess C, Belgium? Really? No one? Oh, you wanted more time to answer? Pfft, using your brains for tryhards.
Okay, then. Well, I'm just gonna finish up here. While Africa was being colonized, one Christian kingdom managed to survive, Ethiopia. Ethiopia was divided into domains, each with a rivaling prince. However, Menelik II began steps toward modernizing his country. First on his agenda was having roads and bridges built for a Western school system. Menelik also imported weapons and hired European officers to train his army. With the progress he made towards modernizing, his army was able to defend against Italy's invasion of Ethiopia in 1896. Ethiopia managed to smash Italy's plans and remain one of the only independent countries alongside Liberia. Ethiopia wasn't the only country to modernize in Africa, though. During the age of imperialism, the African elite, or those well educated in Western education, started appearing commonly around Africa. This inspired many middle-class Africans to abandon their culture for more Western societies. Within the early 1900s, many African leaders started to make movements to become independent and self-governing.
Thank you for watching this episode of Trey and Josh. Sorry for making you sit through another one. Another thank you to Mr. Lauer for dealing with this mess of content. And that A+. Can't wait for all the AdSense this will make.